Believe it or not, we're gonna play Magic the Gathering today. Believe it or not, we're gonna play Magic the Gathering today. Why would I say believe it or not? Because the number one competitive disadvantage that all games have right now is that they're not Elden Ring. Now, I do still have my PS5 literally right next to me, still plugged into my computer, so I might just lose a game, rage out, pop it up, pick off some beasts in the royal capital of Lindell. But I miss Magic, so we're going to play some Magic today. I miss Magic, so we're going to play some Magic today. I've been playing a good amount of Standard with my jank-ass brews in the evenings when I'm sitting here grinding out the hours until it's another day to stream Elden Ring. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing with this Esper control list. A lot of white weenie, a lot of more aggro lists are very popular, in Best of One in particular. I've been playing some weird brews, and I wanted to kind of go back to a very traditional archetype, Esper control. Why Esper? What is the quality that Esper typically has? You have the white for sweepers, the black for single target removal, and the blue for counter magic and card draw. This is like the archetypical reason to run this trio. But this Esper list is very interesting because it almost feels a little bit like half creature-y. We rely on the excellent Eyetwitch, which is a learn card, to get some of the strong learn things like environmental sciences, teaching the archaics, and mascot exhibition, with a few other assorted pastries in there. But then we also have a Shambling Ghast as another small creature to be on the field. A Spirited Companion is another small creature to be on the field. And Deadly Dispute as the card draw of choice that allows us to keep doing a little bit of pressure. We also have the Malevolent Hermit, which doesn't quite function like the other 1/1 creatures we have, in that this is often a counter magic measure that turns into a 2/2 flyer. But then we have a ton of the really awesome, really excellent removal spells, notably Rite of Oblivion as an additional cost to cast, sack a non-land permanent, exile target non-land permanent. I mean, honestly, this is the card. This is the card right here. This is the one that's just like, whoo, so good in the meta. There's enchantments everywhere. There's planeswalkers. There's creatures that recur or do things in the graveyard. So exile fixes all of it. And it has flashback. So because of this card, this is kind of the anchor that makes you want to run things to sack, such as a Ghast, an Eyetwitch, a Spirited Companion, or even the 1/1s from Wedding Announcement, which we'll come back to. We have some additional removal that has the word exile on it in Vanishing Verse. We have Meathook Massacre for the opportunity to say, look at how they massacred my boy. In addition, we are also running some new Planeswalkers. My current favorite Planeswalker from the new set, maybe my favorite Planeswalker to play with in a long time that isn't a Chandra Planeswalker, the Wandering Emperor. Let's read it from the bottom up. Exile target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. And look, -1, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. These are 2 very strong abilities. Let's skip over the +1, which is just like, whatever, a counter. But you have Flash on the Planeswalker, and as long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you could cast an instant. So if your opponent attacks you after the attacking phase, boom, Flash and Wandering Emperor, shunk, exile target tapped creature, and heal. We also have Kaito Shizuki, that can create tokens, which works well with some of our other things, and also allows for a little bit of card draw. Very, very slight Planeswalker. But I think another real all-star of this list is the Wedding Announcement. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on Wedding Announcement. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Works great with a lot of the creatures we have. If otherwise, make a 1/1 human creature token. You do that for 3 turns, and then it flips to say all your creature tokens, or excuse me, all creatures you control get 1/1, which is great with all the tokens and small babies. So with this lineup of things, it's really kind of like very slight value, lots of interesting poking and prodding, and the blue is largely here for the teachings of the archaics in the sideboard. Can't overstate how good this card is. Kaito Shizuki and Malevolent Hermit, which are very strong token makers and utility cards in an otherwise Orzhov list. Are there any other blue cards here? No. We are using a lot of the sideboard. Here's the Legion Angel. So that takes up 3 slots. We also have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total slots used for Learn and Legion Angels. And then we have some Doom Scars, some check for traps, and go blanks for the control matchups. Let's go to play. Let's go to best of 3. Let's click on this. Let's click on this. Let's click on that. I will say I do not like this interface. You know, it's kind of funny for areas you say, as someone that hasn't followed set very much. Neon Dynasty is my favorite art, and my favorite flavor, and my favorite experiences in Standard in a long time. Like, right when it came out, I was over the moon. I was having such a grand old time. And now, I've played it the least of any set in a long time because of Elden Ring. Guy Moore says, I mostly play other card games and I don't play Paper Magic, but I just purchased 4 foil spirited companions because she is a very good girl. She is. She's the very best girl. And as a dog owner, I'm sure many of you know I'm a big fan of having cute little doggies and saying, what a good girl. What a good girl. And there were so many heartwarming comments yesterday. My little doggie had to go to the doggy ER. And is okay. Is okay. In our very tearful moment yesterday, our little doggie was doing alright. Oh, reckless fuckface, huh? This is going to be a Swingo Dingo. So this is going to be... So this is going to be 9. I think I actually take the 9. There's not a lot of cards left. And I think now I can actually highlight what my logic is here. Play this. There's only one card. It's possible that there is no... Okay. It's possible that there is no other creature, which is what we were banking on. So then in this way, I can block 3 damage here. I declare the blocker, and then we sacrifice the Spirited Companion to summon. And then we Vanishing Verse to pick off Storm Charged Slasher. And then take 4. Which isn't great, but it's okay. Again, not great. You know, it's alright. So, let's see here. Vanishing Verse is a very good draw. We're probably going to Vanishing Verse to pick off one of these two. Get the Falcon Wrath Pit Fighter out. Piss off. So there's no land, which means Den of the Bugbear is not a threat. We have Otawara, Soaring City, to give us the ability to counter. Hey, whenever a creature you control dies, your opponent loses 1 life. So this can counter. So we're almost okay. Okay. All right, so we need another black. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Meathook Massacre. Pay 0. Do this. Creatures you control have double strike. So any land means we are pretty much dead, huh? So the best hope that we can have This is a problem, because I can sacrifice this to kill this. Then if I do that, I won't gain the life. And then if my opponent has a Den of the Bugbear, we dead. So I think we just have to say, if there's a land, we just get hurt. We just get wounded by the Den of the Bugbear. Okay, that's good news. Has double strike, but it doesn't have trample. Alright, my opponent loses life. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. What is this? Mill 3 cards, return a creature planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. This is exile target non-land permanent. Fuck. So I actually do need to do this, because it's an exile. And then... watch. So now I can make this token. So we're barely hanging on here, man. Make this token.
There are many secrets I don't know.
And I can make this token.
Bet you can't catch us.
Is 5-mana Meathook Massacre worth to take out a creature? Well, I think because we have a second one in the backup. This is good. We have lost. We fucking are dead. Alright. Got me. Okay, so the only ones that we would potentially want in are the Doomskars. Da-da. Yeah, well, Elden Ring time. That's basically the ones that I would put in. Do I even want the Doomskars in? Is my list actually fine as is? Because I don't think we necessarily want the Doomskar, because we're trying to pick off things one for one. I think we don't want it. I think we don't want it. I think that the Doomskars would be for like green and white. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, we have a turn 1 play. Gemini says I might have put in Go Blank. Yeah, I mean, Go Blank is a card that I feel real iffy about against Mono Red, man. We die fast. We die mighty, mighty fast. Spirited Companion. What a good dog. I guess we say pass, I think. I think we merely accept the damage as is. Play this out. Let's draw. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay. So... I think that this is probably the best one. Why did it... Wait, what happened? Why did this go into exile? What? Oh. Oh, I thought this was backwards. Oh. 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 Alright, well. What can you do? Shit sucks sometimes. Get this one. Sacrifice this one. I thought this said, if creature dealt damage to Etching of Kumano and it would die, exile it instead. Content. Content. Alright. Reading is the Crucible Knight of MTG. Oh, don't you start with me, Genminade. Don't you start with me. Oh, fuck, please. I can't have anyone start with me anymore. Could I draw any more Meathook fucking Massacres in my life, please? Oh my god. Bang. Dude, doesn't this just seem so calm compared to Elden Ring? Alright, so I mean, if this thing swings out again, I can block it at least. Rachel Avdana says, after all the Elden Ring coming in and seeing MTGA, feels almost nostalgic. Alright, well. I have news for you, mister. We're gonna gain 2 life off you this turn. Well, this first game went terrible. Let's do this one. It's so funny, man. I'm kind of in the mood for single-player content lately. I mean, obviously, I know I've been like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Elden Ring? Excuse me, I'd like to have a moment of your time to talk about Elden Ring. I know who I am, and I know what I am. This is a Rite of fucking Oblivion, huh? Damn. Alright, well, this is it. This is the game. But, like, I have been someone that is, like, multiplayer only for a while. And then multiplayer only plus other assorted pastries. My friend Pai Fug has made a mistake. Uh-oh. Okay, so X equals 3. Die to this fucking thing. Shit. I think this is the only way that I can do really anything in this turn. Oh, that's a good draw. That's a good draw. Hit this. Auto-pay. Sack this. So now, like, most burn cards kill us. Most. It's hard to think of any that don't. Well, in fact, most cards kill us this turn. And there it is. Well, GG. Oh my god, silver tier 2. Dude, I have not been laddering. Wait, is it the yeah, yes, that's right. It is the Foist of April. Alright. Yeah, I'm just in the mood for single-player content, man. Just de-rustifying? I don't know if that was rust. I think that our opponent just had us dead. As much as I would love to blame anyone but me in that situation, I think that's me. Yeah, no, I'm just... I've always been someone who's like, I mainly play Hearthstone. And then on Fridays, I do something different. I mainly do StarCraft content. But on Fridays, I do something different. You know, that's what I've been for many, many moons. Jesus, Vanishing Verse. My god, my opponent's doing the same thing that I am.
I won't let Kamigawa fail. I've got all.
Well, alright. Me too.
There are many secrets I don't know.
But like with Elden Ring coming out, I just like literally I'm in it in my mind. It's so good. So I just have this, like, hankering to keep playing it, and then I want to play Factorio, and then I want to play Satisfactory.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Here we go!
I know something you don't know.
Let's get rid of this one. Done this in the other order. Thought this happened at the end of turn, but you know, what can you do? First time I played this card, do the natural mistake. It's great. Shoot. God, I'm so hungry. Gamins. Because, like, I want to finish Elden Ring. And dude. Stone Cold Steve Austin 15 is saying I can't play a single-player game right now without comparing it to Elden Ring. Isn't that true? Isn't that just the twoof? The twoo-woof? Oh, my God. It makes my heart Elden sing. Whoa, someone's a little try-hard over here.
Ready to lose.
+1. Yeah!
We've got the...
Oh, there will be a next time.
Oh, there will be. Ooh.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
I sure don't like this shit. I do want to be chipping away at this last. This one.
You should be...
I'm used to being uninvited.
Go wedding announcement. I run this card a lot. I love this card. Lol.
You require my aid. We will slay our enemies.
We're super here to play.
Let your blade do the talking.
Ow. So, we have some options. What I'm really looking for is some way to pick off Lolth. So I think it's actually correct for me to just sacrifice this and go draw. There's the Rite of Oblivion. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and Rite of Oblivion. Shooting Lolth. Sacrificing this. Making a 1/1.
Not cry like a weak little...
We have Meathooks to deal with everything else. But gosh, there's this feeling with Elden Ring that I have not felt. I just did this turn. I just did this damn turn.
My power is for annihilation.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Well. Meh.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
All right, so. Just minimize the damage since I'm massacring for 3 next turn. It's fine. Heal, 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 heal. But dude, like, rarely have I played a game that is as good as Elden Ring. I mean, all I want to do is talk about fucking Elden Ring. That game is unbelievable. Okay, here's a question for you. What multiplayer games have you been just adoring lately?
I will get.
Oh, really? Is that what you want to do? Okay, that's fine. Oh, fantastic.
Keep watch for intruders.
Multiplayer, non-Elden Ring game have you been playing? What multiplayer, non-Elden Ring game have you been playing, you Genminade Jeloshin, you cheater pumpkin eaters? Alright. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Rite of Oblivion. We're going to shoot this, and we're actually going to sack our Meathook Massacre. We have more Meathook's Massacres in the hand.
A setback. Nothing more.
Do this for black since we have a lot of white mana sources. Yeah, what? Dude, Project Zomboid? Ooh, yeah, Earl Grey. I was thinking about Project Zomboid earlier. I was looking at my show schedule. Shadow Numbers, what other games? I know, right? Oh, my God. I'm going to be at 2 or 3 Elden Ring episodes a week for a while. Great White Samurai creature.
May your blade strike true.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm actually not gonna. Hey! Ah! Yeah, meow. Hi, sweetheart. So I'm actually gonna plus this since I'm going to be.
I'm not overconfident. You're just
Oh my God, I love this
I have
little
got
cat
new
so
moves
much.
to teach you.
This little baby, she's just sitting here calmly purring. Heal, 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 heal. You're purring so hard right now. You have no idea. It's nothing but purrs. Hi. Oh my God! Look at those little claws. She's so happy. Oh. Chin scritches. Chin scritches. All right, I don't have a free arm. All right, I need you to go down. Thank you. Ah, fuck. She's very happy, so her tail just smacks me in the fucking head. All right, I think we're winning. I think we're doing it. Blah 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 blah. All right.
Keep watch for intruders.
So this is really good because I swing with this, in addition to exiling, I don't know, Wandering Emperors, whatever. We now. Hi, sweetie pie. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? Here, let me finish this. Hey, Despy. Come here. Oh. Creature Planeswalker with the highest value. Alright, goodbye, Wandering Empress. Alright. I mean, I'm worried that this is an, Stensia Bobensia. I am going to Wandering Emperor and just -2 it. I think that we will...
I've learned much.
What is this shit?
Let me show you.
Alright, sure, that's fine. Alright, so I mean, the only threat that this could be is Stensia. Ah, yes. Return target artifact, creature, enchantment to owner's hand. Perfect. I'm leaving all of my mana open. terrific. Because I don't... If this is Estencia, then that's going to be 1, 2, 3 dudes. Okay. Oops, I just didn't Deadly Dispute. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god, what am I doing? Rust. Now that's Rust, baby. Look at the 5 damage coming in. Look at the 5. Oh!
Finally, I'm home.
Isn't Stensia the red 1/1? The red enchantment? It summons 1/1s. Oh, yeah. I mean Starnheim Unleashed. There we go. Holy crap, look at us. Yeah, I love Stensia Uprising, man. Stensia Uprising's fucking sick.
Try not to. We must protect the people.
Dude, this wedding announcement is a good ass card. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we come. So here's what I want to do. I want to put in the go blanks, man. I don't want to put in the check for traps. This is a super creature heavy matchup. So part of me feels like with the Meathook Massacre, I should actually probably be looking to trim these two. Because there's lots of little obnoxious 1/1 things in here. So if I keep summoning lots of creatures of my own, remove key threats through discards with go blank and check for traps, I don't need as much removal if I'm focusing on Meathook Massacre. Single target removal is not good against all these value creatures. Right? I want to try to overrun them with value. I want to be more proactive. I think that's right. I think that's right. Junkie Platypus says, have you tried Carrion? It's a fun little single-player game for a day off. I never wound up playing it. I really should. Carrion is a 2D Metroidvania where you play as a fucking terrifying monster. It's basically, if any of you have seen The Thing, you are the monster from The Thing. It's great. I've been Durst. Yeah, what do you do here, huh? What do you do? I've seen the trailer for Nine Souls. I haven't even heard of Nine Souls, Shadow Number. I haven't even heard of it. Yeah, maybe 2022 is the day where Day 9 stops streaming multiplayer games, huh? And all I do is repeatedly play Elden Ring on a loop. Ooh, mamma mia. It's probably an important thing to do. Wow, black and then black. Why? Why would you ever go black like this? So again, my modus operandi is pressure. We want to drown our opponent in resources, right? I want to be attacking in, drawing cards, doing things like that. Kaito is currently phased out, which is great. Thorin the Mirthleth.
Violence is necessary to set things right. You will serve me well.
What is this? Unless I attack this turn? Okay, let's do like this then. There we go. Oh, I'm figuring this shit out. Whoa!
Taking that now?
So I really need additional mana. That is the big thing that is a substantial risk. So I need to do this. I need to do this to hit another land. Like, it is essential that I do that. I'm gonna play the Malevolent Hermit. This puts pressure on the board, allows me to counter something that I would have wanted to desperately remove with check for traps. I think it leaves us in the best possible situation.
My ways are not for the weak.
Wait, shadow number. I think I know it. 9 souls. 9 souls. 9 souls.
No big deal.
I know this game. Yeah, and describe himself as Tau Punk. Okay. Okay, so let's do the thing. I literally didn't need to do that, but that's fucking awesome that I did do that, man. I'm so fucking cool. I don't know why my brain's just melting all of a sudden. I just counted it in autopilot. I was thinking about 9 souls if I have to describe myself as Tau Punk.
I won't let this be over.
So, we have way more card advantage than Zavi, but I'm just doing some dumb, sloppy things. It's fine, you know. It's just so weird to me that I'm not a... Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get black mana. Then, let's play a wedding announcement. Yay! But anyways. Yeah, dude, I've just... It's so weird to me that I don't have a Naginata and a shield, and I'm not just stabbing things until they max out with blood loss. You know, it's weird, strange to me. Okay, it's time to go blank, baby.
We've got the edge in this fight.
That's really bad news. That's quite possibly the worst news we could have seen. Okay. I think it's a very simple play. Oops, this is not it. This is what I'm trying to do. See what's in the hand. Alright, good. Get rid of that. 1, 2, so 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can block this one. I do need to plop one of these guys down. Hive of the Eye Tyrant is actually a bit of an issue. Perfect. So this is wide open now, so I can kill this. Alright, this worked out. Okay. Barely works. So this is whenever...
Training for this?
Rats. I think we're getting napped. Napped. So if I cast this, mine go on the stack first, then my opponent's Meathook Massacre things go on the stack. And then death. Damn. Screw it. Let's show it. Woo! It's in red because it's probably like, you'll die. Hit me. So this is a bit of an unfortunate run out where we missed the one land. Jim says can't be countered because of the benevolent spirit. No, I mean, I thought that what I was making was a very funny joke, as then it would be read to be like, you're fucking dead, man. Prepare yourself. Excellent. That's a... Well, that kind of fucking sucks in some ways. Alright, well, Spirited Companion's gonna have to wait. It's not a card that you need to rush down. There's a slight awkwardness for a few turns where we just couldn't... I mean, literally. If we had just been in the position where we could have gotten one more land, we would have been fine. But now we're going to be able to swing with the Eyetwitch and Kaito Shizuki it. Reckoner Bangbuster.
I could sneak right by, but I now.
Excellent. Because then if we can start wedding companioning... Ooh, nothing. This is looking incredibly good. I want to get this down right away, even though it's slightly mana inefficient. Arathonka says, what decides which meat hook triggers first and resolves last in that situation? So it's a phrase called APNAP, active player, non-active player. Let's say two things happen at the same time. The active player stuff goes on the stack first. The non-active player stuff goes on the stack second. So because the non-active player stuff went on second, it resolves, all this damage occurs, then mine resolve. AKA, fuck. Oh god, shit. Oh! Alright, so let's get it on. So now this wedding announcement will trigger. This wedding announcement will trigger. My opponent is real close to just being completely out of their sorts. Great. Could be another Vanishing Verse. I'm going to play the Malevolent Hermit because I only have one blue. That's actually fine. Like, this is what I mean by building up pressure and card advantage. We have a lot of damage coming in. A lot of damage. See, if you have removal, some obnoxious interaction, and card draw, and stuff like this. If you have too much of this stuff, then... I mean, I just start building up large amounts of stuff. And then Zavi is going to need a sweeper to kill all of this, and then after the sweeper's done, then I'm going to be having a mascot exhibition, so I'll need another sweeper. Or I can just keep swinging in with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Craftsman says, another technicality. If they killed you before the whole stack resolved, and then you healed back to positive health, would you lose the game or not? Simple enough. So, if they killed you before the whole stack resolved, and then you healed back with positive health, would you lose the game or not? The basic statement is, there's no such thing as dying and then later getting a chance to resolve. So let's imagine that we have a stack, so going from the top down, it's lose one life, lose one life, lose one life, lose one life, and then there's a whole bunch of gain one life, gain one life, gain one life, gain one life. Okay, so how do we do this one? This is 4. Do I have anything in the sideboard to be able to deal this? Says menace. Still has menace. Nice. Yeah, so if it's like -1, -1, -1, -1, then +1, +1, +1 health, and let's say I have a low amount of health, I would be like, I'm down to 3 health. I'm down to 2 health. I'm down to 1 health. I hit 0 health. Game's done. All the rest of the stuff on the stack doesn't even occur. We did it, we won a mirror. Let's keep going. We're going to do some more Esper Controlios. I mean, it's technically a little bit more mid-range, but I don't know. That seems controlio enough. That hand sucks. This hand is an awesome hand. I don't need the Shattered Sanctum because we actually have lots of ways to draw. Let's see. Walk Without Rhythms today, and I used your advice about Onus yesterday and allowed me to help out a friend who's going through a rough time. Yeah, what was the situation? A2A Felson, it's been a minute. Hello, A2A Felson. Congrats on hitting Mythic. It's a saga. Humano. Bop. Thing of Beauty. Now, do I want... I think I want the black here. Do this for the same reason as last game. I only have one more source. Lower this even more. Rabbit Batare. And do you swing with this? I mean, dude, I think I 100% block that. Like, I really do not think that that is a close decision. Etchings of Kumano. Whew, man, I am pooped today. I think many of you know that I had to take my dog to the doggy hospital. Cece's okay, everything's good in that department, but man, emotionally stressful things can drain a man. They can drain a man indeed. I slept a lot last night. I slept really well. Cece slept in the bed. She's normally not allowed to sleep in the bed. Oh, Boros aggressive, huh? Alright. Alright, so I think that we are actually hunting for some sort of meat hooking. Go ahead and play the blue for the Hermit. We have a lot of ways to block, but we're definitely looking for some meat hooking. Walk Without Rhythm says she's been acting very distant. Anytime I asked what was up, she was super evasive. What I did was just organize a game night I knew she'd enjoy, instead of asking her if I could help. Ah, I see. You were just like, instead of, hey, what's going on? Hey, tell me what's up. Hey, pressure. You know, you were just like, fuck it. Let's do this shit. This is actually a pretty good run out. Counter spells. Might have been better to do this anyways. Literally didn't think about that. Which may have screwed us. Oh me, oh my. Whoopsie doopsie. What's in my sideboard? I have Necrotic Fumes, which is good. Don't necessarily know if that helps me, though. I think that's the play. Block a little damage. You jerk! I fucking hate Thalia. Yeah, we're dead. We're super duper ultra dead. Billy Zane says, preach, dude, emotional exhaustion is no joke, wears me out way more than physical exhaustion. It's like you get tired and lose your ability to fight the exhaustion. Yeah, no, I'm literally ready to go to bed. I'm literally so ready to go to bed. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm obviously a high energy adult person. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, swing with everything. Swing with everything's good. Oh my god, this Boros list is very potent. Dude, the red cards in Neon Dynasty is so good. Red cards. Okay, so then I can counter this. Alright, so that one gets countered, and then I get to pick off this, and then I think we lose the game immediately. I think that this is a pest summoning moment. Okay, get me out of here. Alright. Dang it. What do I think about the Doomscar? I think Legion Angel is slow. I think it's very slow. Deadly Dispute is a little slow. Let's get this Doomscars in, baby. I think it's about good. This is almost working. B10 Pro says, chat, should I pick up Impossible Creatures on GOG or like Day 9 demo it for me tomorrow? Well, I'm playing the Steam edition. That amazingly was fucking $10. I can't believe I paid $10 for this shit, man. Kaito Shizuki is probably the one that we don't want. Probably. I'm gonna get the Ghast out first. I think the Ghast is... That's a huge relief, actually. Leaving the Ghast back. So, I'm actually going to do this. I am not going to reveal that I have a Doomscar yet. Because it's pretty obvious that it would be a Doomscar. It's pretty obvious that it's a Doomscar. And if I play it now, my opponent can play around it. I want my opponent to just slowly be overcommitting. This is an okay outcome, but it's not the best.
No secret is safe. I know something you don't know.
If I can keep Kaito Shizuki alive, that'll be quite good. Like a Clearwater Pathway, probably for black, so I have double black. Sheffa says, wait, like the Impossible Creatures from 20 years ago? Damn right, man. Damn right. We, this year I want to do more RTS nostalgia tripping. I want to take 3 damage now because things are presumably going to keep growing, so I want to have a more targeted Shambling Ghast block later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack like this. This cannot block. This cannot block because if it did, I would just kill it right away. So then I'm going to do this. And we said we wanted this for black. Okay. So again, I'm hiding the fact that I'm having a Doomscar. Seven says, I think I would have attacked with the Ghast on the previous turn since Kaito phases out. The reason I didn't want to attack with the Ghast on that turn is I don't want there to be any easy attacks for my opponent. Because I think that we win this not by dealing an extra damage early on, but by preventing more damage early on. Pantax saying it's the second Command & Conquer 0-hour stream. That's RTS nostalgia for me, baby. Hell yeah. Hello, little friend. Hello, tiny friend. Hello, my little friend. Oh, you're such a good cat. Yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. That's it. Ouch. Hey. Axe-a-fucking-lent. So what I do is I pick off this one, because then the rabbit battery unattaches. And then what I'm going to do is, let's play this one for the white. Swing like this. Then Doomscar, destroy all creatures. Make a treasure. And then I can +1 like this.
Now this is a juicy secret.
This is pretty sweet. Okay. What is this, guys? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle. That is not bad. Gonna send that one back.
Now, what do we have here?
So we can keep building the board. And then I'm just gonna -7 swing with everything. Yeah, what are some of your favorite old school RTS games? I'm talking anything from 2010 and back. Hell, even 2015 and back. Even 2015 and back. Oh yeah, there's the original Dune. Dune is good. Ayashi Akuma says FFT count. I don't know what FFT stands for. I assume you're referring to a fast Fourier transform. In which case, I don't know. Continuous and real analysis and signal processing was never my strong suit. Command & Conquer Red Alert was banging. Didn't we? Oh, we did. We did do a stream of Red Alert. Not multiplayer. Let's see what else is here. You know, Total Annihilation, generic. Total Annihilation is one that I really want to do.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice me.
So again, we want to leave this back so that way we can protect if we need to.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
So, yeah, Supreme Commander and Total Annihilation are two that I'm really interested in trying out. Really, 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 really interested. Ah, yes, the Resplendent Cathar. Luminarch Aspirant, sure. You better not.
Something you don't know.
Nice. Did it. Star Trek Armada, I see coming up a couple times. Like, I don't actually know Star Trek Armada. I never even heard of that, which is rare for me. Age of Mythology, actually. I remember playing Age of Mythology. I, like, did not know what the fuck was going on, man. This will do. Look at this little hand trying to get me to pet her more, huh? Hopeful initiate. Why do I see this? Oh, because of this one. This is a Fury Calm. Fury Calm Snarl. Dude, you gotta get away from the spacebar, kitten. No blocks. Wait, what? I could have blocked that. Whoops. I mean, like, literally what on earth am I doing? Literally what on earth is Villain doing? It's okay, we're both terrible. All balances out in the end. Rise of Nations is another one. Rise of Nations. Adlin Resplendent Cathar. Ah, yes. Good. This is good because it's exile. Still feeling a little consoined. A little consoined. Yeah, I'm loving that nostalgia. Killing the Cathar is good. About Empire Earth. I know so little about Empire Earth. So very little. We'll take this damage here. I want to leave this up, even though it doesn't do the most here. Well, I have good news for me. FR Tori says, I remember playing this really weird combination of an RTS and a MOBA in 2002. Ooh, before there was even the notion of a MOBA. Well, this doesn't really fucking help now, does it? This is almost helpful. Meathook Massacre is very nearly almost helpful. Yeah, I'm thinking Total Annihilation seems like one that I really got to begin taking a peek at. So let's see here. Is this good? I mean, this only seems okay. Sure, I was expected. I actually think I need the environmental sciences to be entirely plain. It appears I'm a dead guy. It does appear that that is the case. Not 100% sure. Billy Zane says, any games you play for fun that you don't stream? Not really. Not really. I mean, Magic. I don't always stream when I'm live with the Magics. Being at 4 is tough. This is a tough spot. So, we are going to cross our fingers and hope that Meathook Massacre is enough. We'll heal a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Maybe some sort of spirited companion wedding announcement. Mixture of things. Eh. Then Reality 101s. Do you think getting a master's degree is still worth it despite how expensive college is nowadays? So I have a couple answers to that. One is, often if you go for a PhD, PhDs are supported by the universities. And if you're not feeling your PhD program and you have a master's degree, you can drop, and it's like way more cost-wise efficient. So that's one thing. But second, I feel like you have to ask, is it worth it with respect to what thing? So for instance, if you want to get like an MBA, and I think that means certain death for me. Certain death? Certain death. Certain death. God, these games are always so close. It's like 1 mana off. Like if you go for an MBA, often you will be able to, like, get a good ROI on the fact that you got an MBA, because there's a lot of businesses that need administration. So you can go businessly administrate on that shit. Wait, no, my hair's gonna go this way. Oh my god, my hair. My hair, oh god, I just started parting my hair on the other side recently. You know, just kind of switching it up a bit. So, like, for instance, I absolutely, unbelievably love my master's program. I thought my master's program was fucking awesome. I thought it was kick-ass. But if you said to me, Sean, do I need a master's degree to go into, like, game development? No, I think that probably the most important thing for you to do is learn what it feels like to sit down and work hard on making your own prototypes, learning from those prototypes, reworking them, and so on. Hey, it's a hand that I can handle. Oh my god, perfect. If you were like, do I need a master's in computer science to go into an engineering field? No, you can just get, like, a BA and then get paid to do another 3-4 years of junior and mid-level work before you become senior, you know? So I think it's about, what is it with respect to? Part of the reason why I did my master's program is that I was still not sure what I wanted to do after college. And most of the things that I applied to had financial support as part of it. So, you know, I applied to USC, and I was going to see what happened if I got in. And if it turns out I got in, and I wasn't going to get any financial support, I might not have been able to go. And that was that. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I feel like this is the last 10 years is the first time in history that there has been an extremely sharp and harsh examination of how fucked up student loans are. You know what I mean? So, let's see here. What do we want to do next? I think I will play the Deserted Beach. But reality is, my biggest thing stopping me from making prototypes is that I always get overwhelmed in trying to learn a scripting language to get too confused by it. Well, let's actually back up. Beta reality, what you trying to work on? What you trying to do? What you thinking about? What you considering? God, I'm the fucking best. Yeah, I think that just in the last few years, people are just starting to be like, oh my god, this is so much fucking money. And there's a lot of people who are just like, dude, fuck me. I don't really think that a master's program is even helpful. I think a PhD is even helpful. Like, it's kind of weird. When I was younger, oh, he has a PhD. Well, you call him doctor then. You know, there was this kind of reverence of degrees that I don't see anymore. Like, if you have a PhD, people will be like, oh, cool, you have a PhD. People won't be like, oh, a PhD? You know, like, it used to be like you fucking saw a unicorn or something. My God, John is a smart cookie. He has a PhD. And it's less that people disrespect masters and PhDs. And it's less that they don't deserve respect, because they obviously do, because they're really hard. But there's this sort of understanding that it's a bit of a myth that if you didn't go to college, you're completely unqualified for lots of stuff. If you didn't get a master's or PhD, you're completely unqualified for lots of stuff. Some Nat says, yeah, I have a PhD now, and it just means you wanted a PhD really bad. Yeah. Spider says, I'm glad I only know one professor obsessed over being called doctor. Yeah, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Like, on the note of that, I think that it is... I mean, I'm of the opinion that if you have a doctorate, being in contexts addressed as doctor makes sense. Even if you have, like, a doctorate in, you know, musical composition that has nothing to do with the medical field of doctrine, you know? In that sense of the word doctor. I still think it's completely fine to say, oh, someone has a math degree? Oh, yes. Dr. Day 9. Or, excuse me, a math PhD. Dr. Day 9, you know, that sort of thing. But I will say I do genuinely dislike whenever someone's like, excuse me, you'll refer to me by an arbitrary title that informs respect. Like, if I come up to you and you're like, hi, I'm John, and I go, hi, John, and you go, but please, call me Dr. Davis. I'm like, why? Why, John? Why do you need me to fucking call you that, man? Ooh, Genminate, I love that. Respect is cool. Power moves are not cool. Yeah. Shambling Ghast, we have no way to get to a third land. Good! Let's hang on to it. Dude, someone says back in high school our physics teacher insisted on us calling him doctor or whatever instead of mister. Yeah, I know, it's look, I love being respectful. I think being respectful is fucking cool as shit. I actually am going to run out the Malevolent Hermit now. Because I see black, I see blue, so I don't think we'll need the Meathook Massacres. Fate Reality 101 says actively pursuing a career in game design. Learning about concepts and such. Actually got an interview once at a game studio. Ooh, Fate Reality. I have so much to say about this shit. I have so much. It makes me want to fucking puke. Siphon Insight. I think this card sucks. I think this card's so bad, man. I think Siphon Insight is like, take predictability, substitute it with randomness. I love it when my opponent's stuck on 2. I was stuck on 2 last game, man. Feels great. Yeah. I have so much to say to you, Fate Reality 101. I have like so fucking much. And let's do it in sideboarding, shall we? No! Fantastic. Love getting those leg eye on angels. Love having them. Ooh! Leg eye on Angela. The left for the best of us. Alright, sure. Coming in, baby. Bang. Honestly, I mean, we may as well just keep doing this, dude. We may as well. I mean, this is one of the benefits. Yeah, if you want to do a sweeper, first of all, it's harder to do a sweeper because you're on 3 mana and these have 4 toughness. Some -3 effects. Not for 1 black, though. I mean, technically you could do a little mixture of things, but this is awesome. All right, Fate of Reality. Let me explain to you a little bit. Let me explain to you some shit, okay? When it comes to game designery stuffs, let's first let you know that I'm going to get rid of this, and then this, and this. So again, I'm going to have the same strategy that we had a few games ago, where I'm removing my removal spells, because my opponent didn't show a lot of creatures, didn't show a lot of need to remove permanents, didn't show a lot of need to remove permanents. So what I'm going to do is try to get more card draw, more creatures, and more look in your hand and disable stuff type effects. Ooh, Meathook Massacre we can peel out, because there's not a lot of creatures here. And now this actually allows us to get back in the Rite of Oblivions. So now we actually have the single target removal that we want against a control deck. We have no sweepers, but then we have some disables and lots of small creatures. And I actually like doing this and this. Because I said more creatures, and I was like, we still don't need that many Rite of Oblivions. So I think this is good. So, here's the thing when it comes to game design. If I said something like, I have a degree in programming, what that means is that I know concepts, I know version control, I know syntax, I've made software, I've done a bunch of different stuff, that when I go to a job right after college with a degree in computer science, I am programming in the job in the exact same way that I'm programming in that course. Same sort of thing with certain trade schools. Like if you're a plumber and you have like, you know, if you've completed a plumbing trade school for like 2 years or however long it is, the plumbing you do there is really similar to the plumbing that you're doing in the field. With games, not the case. Not the case. It's very unclear in game design what the work even is. Because games are extremely multidisciplinary in their construction. If you're a game designer, does it mean that you wrote a more story-driven type experience? For instance, my co-host Sean Blue, when we were in grad school together, he did lots of story-driven, interactive storytelling, branching narrative, really cool stuff that I am functionally incapable of doing. I don't even know how to do it. I did super system-heavy shit. I love systems. Most of the games I play are system-driven. Like, and what does it even mean to do system design? How does one do system design? I'm going to first Spirited Companion, and then next turn when I have additional mana, then I will check for traps and play an Eyetwitch. I want to do this first because with 2 mana up, I can get Jwari Disruption and things like that. Like, it's hard to know what game, like, what are you doing as a designer? Like, if I'm being very, very blunt, one of my favorite things to do as a saucy, cruel boy, if I'm being really blunt, a lot of game design work is very mind-numbing, brain-dead, dry-ass shit. Alright, make a level, make another level, make another level, make another level, make another level. Okay, we checked your levels. These 2 are good, these 2 are too similar to the first 2, make them different. Make another level, make another level, make another level. Shadow's Verdict, Valky, God of Lies. Test of Talents, huh? Shadow's Verdict is probably the most brutally painful one, so let's go ahead and get that one out. Yeah, it's just like, make another one, make another one, make another one, make another one. It can be really fucking boring. Oh my god. Alright, so I mean, there's this huge branch of possibilities of what game design even is. So that's the first thing that I'd want to note. Is that a lot of times I hear people say, like, oh, I want to just do game design. What kind of game design?
Powerful won't help. I'll do it myself. I've got all kinds of connections.
Okay, let's do these 2. Actually, I'm going to sack this, because there's a potential that the only way that I'm going to be able to get land this turn is through an Environmental Sciences. I'm the fucking best, never mind, everything's fucking good, fuck yeah. Do it on the white side. Oh, I want a Malevolently Hermit here, huh? More important. Alright. So congratulations, we've gotten past Thing 1, Fate of Reality. Coming directly from this, because it's hard to know what game design even is. What are you doing? What's the skill set? Oh my god. Because of those things, it is invaluable that you have first-class evidence that demonstrates that you can do
that now.
what you're applying to do. For instance, there were several card designers on Hearthstone who were in charge of various sets. What did he pick for me? Oh, a Leg Ion Angel. Okay, sure. A bangin', bang, bustin' and Beckoner Buster. Okay. Okay, let's just do this. So either we get the angel back, or we kill off Kaito Shizuki. This is really not a big deal if Valky, God of Lies, pays 4 to become an angel. But in so doing this, we get our angel back, which is terrific.
You almost stopped me that time.
And then this gives us the draw. Very good. Yeah, I know several people who were designers on other card games that didn't actually wind up being successful card games. They shut down, or maybe they just worked on their own independent card game, did a Kickstarter for it.
Is a juicy
Not for a large amount, maybe like 5K. Got it released, and it was a complete game and stuff like this. Those are the kinds of things that are very, very good at communicating. I know how to take an idea, here's the important part, bring that idea to completion. Again, take an idea, bring that idea to completion. It doesn't even necessarily, in a lot of ways, matter if when you brought that idea to completion, it wasn't great. I did that literally exactly backwards. Taking the idea and bringing it to completion. Because then what happens is, you know, if I use Hearthstone as a fantastic example.
I'm used to being uninvited.
In Hearthstone, there were a ton of those devs that when they were getting hired, it was very easy for Blizzard to just be like, all right, so I see that you have experience making a card game. Yeah, I've actually made several card games. One of them we had as a Kickstarter. Oh, tell me about that process. Well, yeah, I was interested in ABC. Ideas. We produced, some prototypes, and here's the process of going through it. And all of a sudden, even though Hearthstone has not yet worked with this person, they can fill in all the necessary blanks much more easily. Or, let's say, for instance, there was, oh my god, who was it? Was it Acid Rain 316? No, it was Kaito Master. It's Kaito Master. One of our community members here, Kaito Master. It is me, Tybalt!
I am Vault, God, and away you go.
Kaito Master built a mod of Age of Empires 2 around a scenario where you have to fight over a volcano. I mean, this thing was fucking sweet. And so this is the sort of thing where it's narrower. It's like, oh, okay, I see. This is traditional RTS gameplay, Age of Empires 2, but there's this interesting fight over a center volcano, and how does that actually, in the long term, work, and like, what are some of the things to consider there? It's another thing where someone can go, oh shit, I see.
Get in, get
I
out.
see what you're going for here.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
And immediately, it lets someone know how you think because you brought something to completion. Which is very, very different from bringing something to a fully satisfactory, completed state that is a shipped product and blah, blah, blah. Certainly, it is a different thing. So we want to be able to pick off these. This has Ward 4, so we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Sack this guy, so this allows us to make a treasure. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So award for this. Care, that's fine. Here's the ward 4 cost. Bang. So I'll do the same thing again, targeting this. Auto pay this. Sacrifice this. And at the end of this, I'm going to +1 this to draw yet another card. Excellent.
Thanks. I'll be taking
Thumbs up.
that now.
Okay, so you heard me talking about you want first-class information. And so, like, if I received a bunch of, let's say I received 50 resumes for a project, I, the reviewer, really need some way to narrow 50 down to 5. I'm not going to call all 50. I'm going to pick the 5 most reasonable ones to start with. And if we wind up hiring one of those 5, cool, I saved myself a ton of work. By the way, briefly note just how effective it is to focus on card advantage, focus on applying light bits of pressure that force my opponent to need to answer my pacing of the game, and so on. I mean, it's created a situation where Mapisbrude, because we cut almost all of our removal, and instead put in discard spells, card draw, and creatures, that we're in this situation. It's great. So if you have these 5 applications, what is it that's going to make you stand out? Well, I mean, you're trying to be considerate to the hiring manager. You're trying to make their life easy, and the easiest way to do that is to just be like, yeah, I literally did what this job is. If you want to apply to a job as a level designer for Halo, design some levels in modding software for a game that is really similar to Halo. Put it in front of the public. Get some feedback from this Ward 3. Can we kill? I believe we got him. I think this is the play. God, this UI is fucking just so good sometimes at playing it. I'm just like, fuck, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, if you want to apply to a card game, a card game is a card game designer. And fuck. Design a card game. Make a Kickstarter for it. And I mean, anything in between is great. Good. Card draw. Woo. So the question is, how do you actually make that portfolio, right? Sweet. How do you actually make that portfolio? How do you make a design portfolio of first-class evidence where you can be like, hey, here's what proves what's up? Because there is a we're gonna end with like the most important thing. We're gonna end with like the most important thing, fate of reality. Do you even like doing this shit? Okay? Do you even like doing this shit? Because let me tell you something about making games, man. Okay? Let's take the most recent one that I made that we broadcast here, The Disturbance from Day 9 TV Town. This was not a complicated game. It was really not. I know that the engine and the technology behind it were very sophisticated, but from a design standpoint, it's just not that complicated. We need to take in inputs live from people, and that's, again, technically very tricky to be handling, a few hundred people simultaneously in a multiplayer, synchronized setting. And we got that to help dictate a pre-written story that had tons of different branches and possibilities. This is the last game that we're going to play, and then we're going to switch to Selesnya. Every week, we would spend countless hours addressing tons of little obnoxious fiddly things. Like, here's the high level of it. There is a story of a few hundred of you from chat who are living in Day 9 TV Town, and there's a disturbance, where based upon the choices that you make, you might die in the game, and if you die in the game, you get banned from my chat for an hour or two at a time. Opponent goes first, and I have an ability to... No, let's send it back. I really wanted to keep it. Jesus, this fucking hand sucks. Removal with upside, card draw if we ever get there. Okay? So, like, what are we really, at the end of the day, doing? We're doing some branching story stuff. It's lots of branching stories. And the funny thing is that the stakes are very high. That's it. I mean, it's not a complicated design. But there is like a fucking countless bazillion fucking small scale choices that we have to fucking have answers to. It's such a pain in the ass, man. And I mean, like, tons and tons and tons of that shit. And so, when your average bear is sitting down going, ooh, I want to make a game, a lot of times what people mean is that they want to be in charge
There are many secrets I
and
don't
have a
know.
high-level
Our
concept
eyes are
that somehow
everywhere.
gets brought to completion, which is very, 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 very different from I brought it to completion by answering a whole bunch of obnoxious little fiddly things. So if you're saying, hey, I want to get into game design, Fate Reality, I would first ask you, have you made a board game? Have you made a board game? Crazy Pyro says, I don't watch much anymore, but the Day Night Dailies were amazing back in the day, so I love supporting you. Crazy Pyro, mwah. I am very touched that you were interested. Coming on by and just being a little sweetheart
Now,
and supporting
what do we
our
have
kind of
here?
content. I'm playing this now
I've learned much
because I think
during
it's
my
best
travels.
to
Let
put a
your
thread out on the
blade
field.
do the talking.
And Crazy Pyro, what kind of content would you be interested in seeing? I mean, I'm curious, Crazy Pyro, because I know there's a lot of people like you. Came in a while back through the dailies. And I'd love to know what kind of stuff you'd love to see. I'm curious.
Keep watch for intruders.
Keep watch for intruders. Behold the multiverse. Crazy Pyro says, I tend to be drawn to highly competitive content, to be honest, which I don't really think is your jam as much anymore. Interesting. You mean you don't think that what we're doing is highly competitive? And I only mean that half jokingly. I only mean that half jokingly.
Now this is a juicy secret.
The reality is I've tried making a couple board games. I tried making one based on FTL, and recently I tried making a paper prototype of Dead by Daylight. This killer I wanted to see in the game from a film, Candyman. Yeah, like, here's something I would encourage you to do. Here's something I would encourage you to do. Think of a complete board game that you can make, that you can quickly make the base idea of, put it in front of people, see what they say, take that feedback, and then just do this on a loop. And make it simple, 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 simple. A board game where the start to finish experience of your board game is 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. Board game, card game, something like this. I think we are super duper unbelievably fucking dead in this game. I don't like that. I don't like knowing that I am dead. My opponent is Izzet Dragons. And what the Izzet Dragons player will typically do is just slowly wait until they can flash in something like a Hullbreaker Horror.
I got someone on the inside who can help.
Make one of these games start to finish. So that way it's like done first. It's completely done. And Craig says, and write a blog about it with pictures. That blog's your portfolio. I would actually say don't do that. I would actually say don't do that. We're not even close to
Time
it
to
yet.
go.
We're not even close to that stuff. We're just trying to see if you like doing this kind of stuff. It's all we're doing right now. I'm gonna play Spirited Companion. Just literally try to figure out how to come up with a board game idea, make it. What are you going to use as pieces? You're going to use a piece of paper and you're going to draw on it. And if you're feeling really ambitious, make it some very nice cardboard. Use pieces from other board games that are in your house. Oh yeah, this fucking asshole. Oh my god. Forgot that this guy's in standard. I actually haven't been up against Lear decks in the last few weeks very much. Kind of funny. Alright, at least we're going to be able to kill it. Oh, fuck. Ah, shit. I needed to play the Malevolent Hermit first. I'm so fucking mad at myself. Ay, 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 ay. You won't be able to counter it. Ah, thank God. I'm still so good. I'm still so good. Yeah, but I mean, like, really try to push to get this board game to completion. And if you say to yourself, well, shit, like, I can't think of a board game. I don't know what a board game is. Yeah, I mean, if you can't think of an idea for a board game, guess what? Take another game that you like and do a variation of it. So, for instance, let's say you really like Monopoly. I don't know anyone that does, but let's say you really like it because we are going to stick with an example that we're familiar with. So you're fucking obsessed with Monopoly. How can you do a variation of Monopoly? It's really interesting. Because what will happen is... What are we doing here, huh? Ta-da! Well, our hand's boring. Because the thing is, when you start working on your Monopoly variant or your Dominion variant, something like this, when you start working on this, what you're going to find is that 10% of your time is spent on your seemingly neato idea. 90% of your time is spent trying to fix the problems that are in the way of what feels like a neato idea. Let's imagine, for instance, you had a Monopoly variant where there was a stock market, where you would be drawing a stock market card that would state what market conditions occurred on this very turn. You might play with it a little bit and discover, holy shit, the only thing in this game that matters is this stock market thing, thereby deleting the significance of every single other decision of every other system in the game. Shit. So now you gotta start fixing that. So then you weaken the stock market, and then everyone ignores your little stock market deck. We don't need Meathook Massacre at all. We do need Check for Traps. We do need Go Blank. We don't need these. We want to have instant speed removals. We can also peel out this and put another Leg Ion Angel. Great. Easy. And so if you start doing this, what you're going to find is that what used to be you sitting there thinking, having the fun of imagining what your game design possibility could be, is completely deleted and replaced by, there's a problem in the way of getting to the fun thing. There's a problem in the way of getting to the fun thing. There's a problem in the way of getting to the fun thing. And this brings me to a point about creative development that I call the 0 to 1 problem, or the existence problem, versus the 1 to 10 problem. Most of the time when someone's sitting imagining cool things in a game, what they're doing is they're imagining the fun thing that could be. Right? Oh, it could be so cool if there was a Dark Souls MMO or an Elden Ring MMO where it's the same world and combat, but you can play it for thousands of hours. Oh, isn't that awesome? Isn't that cool? Right? It's the idea of the one. What's the thing that exists? Elden Ring. Let's extend it to a 2 or a 3 or a 4. Let's extend it to be an MMO, and then we could have this cool magic system, and then you could have raids together. You're imagining all this sort of stuff. When overwhelmingly the actual problem in creative development is, how do I get anything good to exist fucking at all? And I use this, hey, take Monopoly and let's make a stock market deck. When you draw things, you'll see that there's different variations that can occur in the game, and then you imagine how cool it would be, and you imagine all the neat ways, and what's your sweet idea. Let's go for a blind here, and do this and this. Imagine all of the 1 to 10 things, but what your brain doesn't go is to the 0 to 1 things. Okay, if we made a stock market deck, what would make this not work? What would make this screw up the game? What would ruin the experience? And what happens is you start to come up with a big ol' freaking list. Am I gonna get Cinderclasm? I think I'm gonna get Cinderclasm. I still think this is the best thing to do. And so, coming all the way back to your statement, all the way back to your initial question, like, how do I go about getting a career in game design? I'd be like, do you want a career in game design? Do you even want this? Do you want that? If you have not gone through the experience of trying to make your own board game and experiencing that arc, gosh, you might discover that there's not a lot of fun to be had in the experience. All right. Hey, Elliot Dragon just rated for 144, a perfect 12 squared. Oh my god. Hey, Elliot Dragon, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you yet, but we thank you warmly for the raid. I don't know what kind of games you play. I'm assuming Magic. I'm assuming Magic. Because this here game here is pretty sweet. Here game here is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Hey, Riot PhD, thanks for joining us. Riot PhD has been loving the stream. Well, thanks, Dr. Riot. Fatal Reality is like, hey, what about this idea right now? Try making a game where you use walls to capture territory. In order to gain resources, maybe have you be able to create soldiers to protect territories. Could add a small deck of different abilities to affect the opponent's walls, resources, or soldiers. Great, let's take this idea and let's make it alarmingly simpler. So much simpler you might go, well, I don't know, Sean, like what's the game then? Let's make it, there is the ability to build a wall, the ability to get a single type of resource, and there is one type of soldier that does something. That's, I mean, that's the entire collection of what the game is. That's all, that's 100% of the game. How do you make that fun? Like, and the really natural thing for a brain to do is to be like, ooh, I could add 5 more different types of dudes. I could add 6 types of walls. I could add more resources. Stop adding stuff. Not that you're adding, literally brought it up. But try to make yourself not try to go add, but try to just take that and make it fun. Fun enough that you could play for 2 or 3 hours with a friend. You can actually look up a game that a friend of mine made called Close Castles. And it is a real-time tower defense offense game where you can make resource generators, roads, or barracks. And this causes things to just kind of like automatically move to the opponent's side of the map. And it's really, really intense, and it was quite fun. Oh, I'm gonna get so much, dang, sources. And that's the entire game. That's the entire game. Try to figure out how to make that fun. And I'm going through this whole story spiel about, like, okay, there's different types of game design. So you have to know what kind of game design you want to do. So then you have to have a portfolio that showcases that game design. And now it's come to, do you even like doing it? Because this is the real basic illusion that I think can happen. Because when I went to my grad program in interactive media, you know, there were frankly a lot of the undergrad students kind of had this idea that they would go to they would get a degree in game design, and that when they left, Electronic Arts would give them $60 million and a fleet of human beings, and they would be like, make the game. And that would be the entirety. And I mean, there were some classes that had some undergraduates and some of the graduate students in there, and I mean, there were people that would do presentations where they would have
I won't let Kamigawa fail my family again.
Presentations would just, like, they'd be never-ending. It would just be like, and then there's this system, and then there's this system, and then there's this system, and then there's this system. And again, it was the 1 to 10 problem. I have an idea, I'm assuming it works. How do I build on this idea that I assume works? When really the question is, how do I make any idea work at all? And just spend some time doing that. Spend some time jamming on that, Fate of Reality. Like, really, don't fall into the trap of working on it for like a day or 2 days and be like, man, this isn't fun. Screw it. I want to come up with another idea. Fuck no, you can make that game fun. You can make a game with walls and resources claimed by owning the walls and soldiers that break down walls. You can do that. You can make that fun enough to generate 5 to 10 hours of fun out of that. That'll be your goal. Can you make it? And invite 2 friends over, give them food, give them drink, and make them sit down and play for an afternoon. So there's no issues if my opponent attacks, right? Let's do this. I don't think I want to flash in the Wandering Emperor yet. Because I mean, if we're being honest, my opponent has to do something right now. After this, we're switching to Selesnya ramp.
I know something you don't know.
So that's what I would come to. It's all the way comes to, hey, if you want to do something in games, if you want to work in games, try to make and complete a game. Try to make and complete a game. Not a complicated game. Just any old stinking game, man.
I'm used to being uninvited.
Treasure. Treasure. Just try to make a game. And what you'll find is that it's really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard. And if you are interested in making things have extensibility and being more complicated, then come up with a simple game that you can say to yourself, when this is done, here's how I'm going to add to it. So you had your example of a game. Like, I have an idea for a game. I'm going to make a game where there's walls, resources, and a soldier. Okay, if I can make that fun, I'm going to make 3 different kinds of soldiers. I'm not even going to spend much time thinking about what they could be like, but I can make 3 different kinds. And then if that is good, then I'm going to make maybe 2 different kinds of walls. And then maybe I'll introduce 2 different resources that do 2 different things. Right? Like, in that order. Alright, so now I'm going to create the Wandering Emperor.
Finally, I'm home. May your blade strike true.
So you have these ways to extend it. Like, you know, for instance, I remember I was working on a, in grad school, I worked on a competitive game where it was 2D and you and your opponent controlled spaceships that could fly through any terrain. And what would happen is little creatures would spawn, little pillows, kind of like in Lemmings. They were pillows just because that's the image that we chose. They're little pillows that would spawn that would hop around. And your goal was to use your ship to push as many pillows into your opponent's goal as possible. So kind of like soccer's, you know, bunch of players on the field in one ball, right? This is, each person has one mega player, and then there's a bunch of balls on the field. And we were like, okay, so let's take this, and then let's try to add to it. Let's just get that working. Okay, let's add one weapon, and if you hit another button, it'll switch to a second weapon. Let's make that work. And then, if we're liking that, we'll go up to 4 weapons, so you can have a controller, and then switch to your Y, X, A, or B weapon. And then, you know, we were sort of building it like this. It's fine to check for traps now. I mean, we might get Jwari Disruption, and that's fine. Sure. And then we said, okay, and if we get to that, maybe what we'll do is we'll create 8 weapons, and before the game you pick a loadout of those 4. You pick a loadout of 4 from those 8. You know, and we were just sort of going up and up and up and up from there. I'm gonna do it like this, so that way I can go Malevolent Hermit and Deadly Dispute. When Angry Bird says, bold move working on a game with networking in these days. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. And plus, the example I'm using, we just did local co-op, because it was me and Lee working on a project together. And then we had plans to add some extra levels and then extra mechanics to the levels. And you know what happened? We finished by having 1 map with 4 weapons, and that's it. We basically made the base game with 1 weapon, extended it to 2, extended it to 4, and then we ran out of time. We spent 6 months working on that. Because guess what? Getting your ship to control right and make the game not feel like bullshit was a lot of work. Oh, a Legion Angel, you say? I mean, the shit was just hard. So that's what I would suggest you do. Start trying to make lots and lots and lots of simple games. Do games that are clones / copies of other games with small twists. Come up with games and figure out how to make the simplest possible version of that game. And then try to get that simple version to be good. And if you spend a year doing that, 1, you will get a really good sense of even if you like doing this shit. I cannot tell you the number of people I know personally that went, I'm gonna get a career in games because I want to make great games. And they went into games and all they wound up fucking doing was exhaustively coding all the time. They never got to have any fun. They were just very tired people at the end of the entire process. And they quit, went and got a career, like, working, frankly, on just random other shit. Like, I have a friend that went into writing code for internal tools at a large coffee chain. And you know what my friend does? In all of his free time, plays fucking video games, thinks about games, does game stuff. And he's way happier. It's like, oh, hell yeah, that was awesome. That time when I quit working in games and instead had less stress on a daily basis, more free time on a daily basis, and then played games in all the free time. Like, that's totally great.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you later.
So, did we do
Watch
it?
for intruders.
Great. Selesnya ramp time. Selesnya ramp time. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember speaking to someone that worked at Pixar, And he was saying that, like, there's long periods where every single day they would watch the entire movie start to finish. Like, for months. You just like, all right, 3 p.m., time to watch fucking Incredibles for the 100th time. With all these, like, shitty fill-in block-in frames. Actually, you know what? The more I watch, the more I feel like transition between here and here isn't working. Oh, and then you gotta sit there and you gotta spend 8 weeks working through a scene where at lunch all you're doing is discussing what light refraction on milk should look like, you know? Fuck out of here. Oh, shit. Cancel. Well, congratulations, Raphael Gunther. You've done it. Does this look milky enough to you? I'm worried about the albedo of the milk. Jacobo says, I find all these pessimistic takes on the game industry too sad to hear. I've been working in the games industry for almost 10 years now. It's been absolutely amazing. Everything from the small design issues to seeing people play my games when they release. It's all been great. Yeah, you know, Jacobo, I'm glad you bring this up. This will be a good way to sort of cap this off before I switch over to the Selesnya ramp deck. It's not that the games industry is terrible. It's not that people are overworked in every situation and never get their ideas realized, etc. The number of people I know that have been in the games industry left and miss it like crazy every day. I know countless people like this. Like, the thing that I want to do is attune someone's expectation. You know, like, if you want to make movies, huge amounts of the work has nothing to do with what's even on the frame. It's making sure there's catering, and where the hell is the talent? Do we have someone who's in charge of the talent? Okay, cool. All right, how do we make sure there's enough chairs? Wait a minute. Does this venue where we're filming actually have enough voltage throughput to make sure that we don't burn out our fucking lights? Or should we burn out the circus with our lights? Okay, let's get a generator. How do we get the generator into the budget? Like, where are we filming? There's tons of work that has nothing to do with the frame that is really, really important work. If you want to sell a script, there's a ton of conversations of people wanting to take your script and change it and give adjustments to it that has nothing to do with you sitting alone in a room, typing away, writing, figuring it out. I'm streaming. I'm playing games. A huge portion of the work for this has nothing to do with playing games. It has to do with me talking a fucking shitload and figuring out how to talk and understanding my intonations, because I know I'm getting judged every 10 seconds on how I'm communicating, both on the game, but even more importantly, with me as the person. And so whenever someone's like, I want to get into game design, because I'm around games and think about games and work on games and do game stuff all day, all the time, I'm painfully / deliciously aware of how often the misunderstandings will cause someone to delay the truth of the matter, which is, oh, you want to work in games? Here's the work. Oh, you don't want to do that work? That's okay. But working in games ain't for you. So that's what I'm going on about.